All right, let's continue the conversation with our Chris Stirewalt, NewsNation political editor. Good morning to you, Chris. You know, President Biden certainly is trying to kind of weigh or leverage some of these positives in the economy. That is good news that people's income went up. It is good news that we've seen some positive movement with the GDP. But we can't ignore the potential for a recession. And the president saying that Republicans will, quote, make it worse economically. But he also recently said the economy is strong as hell. So can you give us some further fact from fiction for us?
It doesn't matter how the economy is. It matters how voters think the economy is. And those can be two very different things. Past presidents can attest, George H.W. Bush among them, about the disconnect between an improving economy and voters' feelings about it. And what voters care most about right now, what they are fixated on, is the high cost of gasoline and energy and food. And for the persuadable voters who tend to be middle class, tend to be more educated, tend to be suburbanites, for those persuadable voters, those are things that they're thinking about all of the time because they're being reminded of it all the time. So whatever the GDP numbers say, that's all well and good. But what matters is, how do people look when they get their paycheck? Today's Friday. A lot of people are going to, this would be the last pay period for a bunch of folks before the election. How do they feel about what's left at the end of the week?
That's a very good point. You know, the president also touting that under his administration, gas prices have gone down. But truly, the federal government doesn't have a lot of impact or ability on gas prices. What are your thoughts on his effort to use that in the win column?
Well, look, the federal government has a lot to say about gas prices and energy prices over a long period of time. It has to do with the diplomacy in which we're engaged, yes, but it also has to do with the premature leasing of federal lands for energy extraction. So the rap on Democrats as they're running across the country is that the Biden administration has clamped down on energy production at a time when Americans are paying more at the pump than they traditionally have. And saying to people, you used to pay $5.10 for a gallon of gas, but now you're only paying $4.20 for a gallon of gas is slim solace indeed. The administration has something to say about energy prices, but nothing really. There's the recent release from the Strategic Oil Reserve, but it's really a long-term role, not a short-term role.
Right. So indeed, we saw those few pennies that people saved over the course of time, and then we're seeing it go down in some parts of the country, a few bucks. But like you said, it's big picture, not immediate change. Okay, one more question for you. As Biden looks to press on this optimism, how will his messaging impact those tightening races, especially in places like Georgia, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Nevada?
Well, look, the question for Republicans here is Donald Trump going to be much of a story in the remaining days? The best news for Republicans in the past couple of weeks is that Donald Trump has sort of faded from the national narrative. He hasn't been out. He did one rally in Texas, but he didn't. But the incumbent governor of Texas didn't even attend with him. So Trump is getting ready to hit the trail. Democrats are going to try to bring Trump back into the story. It looks like Trump wants to be back in the story himself. That's what Democrats are hoping for, is that this can turn into a choice election, not a referendum on Biden, a choice between Trump's party and Biden's party, which they will have a better chance in than they will if it's just a referendum on Biden's leadership.
All right. Chris Stirewalt, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
You bet.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.